tonight's national anthem. Let's take a look now at tonight's starting lineups, brought to you by Doran Concrete, laying the foundation for your team. Don't let just anybody lay the foundation for your home or business. Visit doranconcrete.com for your free estimate today. For Neshannock, they come into this game. They are the 4 seed in the 3A bracket. They have one minor change in their starting lineup. The usual 4 of 5, Anthony Bonner, Ashton Allison, Talon Anderton, who was awesome here in that game a few weeks ago, David Quat, and they're going to swap out Jake Bryn and LJ Keith. LJ Keith averaging 6.5 points a game. So one minor change for John Corey's side tonight, and it's business as usual otherwise. For Mohawk, head coach Mike O'Leary, the 2 seed when the brackets came out, they're going to start their usual 5 of Bobby Fadden, Jay Rona, J.J. Nail, Mason, and Keegan Hopper. Bobby Fadden, who had been averaging 26 points in this tournament, held to 6 the other night, and that is the lowest output that he has had the entire season. And Burrow was really able to hone in on him, just couldn't get anything going tonight, and you probably expect that Neshannock's going to do the same thing, although the last time these two teams met here, he dropped 42.
Yeah, and more than anything, I think the game against Burrow wasn't as much just one of those bad timing for a tough shooting night for him. He just, nothing could fall in for him early or late, and they just really controlled the game with the pace of the game and really changed the outcome there for Mohawk. Never had really a chance to get started.
First meeting between these two sides, Jay Rona had 27. Second meeting between these two, Talon Anderton had the big night. Bobby Fadden, they overcame his 42-point effort. However, in the last 5 years, Neshannock leads this series 7-2. Those were some lean years between 2019, 18, and 19 for Mohawk. So Neshannock leads the series. These two teams have split the season series each of the last 2 seasons, each winning on each other's home floor. This year, the rubber match here tonight. Who knows what will happen in the month of March as the state tournament starts a week from Friday night. So there's a week off in between games. The winner of these games, these two teams essentially will have 10 days between games, and they will go their separate ways. But who knows, anything can really happen once you get into March. There might be a 4th meeting somewhere down the line. You just don't know.
Yeah, and that's the exciting part about it. I mean, this is bringing back the consolation game, gives really a local feel to it, because you get a regional matchup here that you get it in this section. And who knows, as you mentioned, as they both advance after this into the PIAA, anything's possible.
Mohawk decked out in the white uniforms, black and red trim. Neshannock in those sharp, dark gray and red uniforms, and we are underway. The tap is won by the Warriors. They come right near us. We're in the corner on the opposite end of the Neshannock bench, as Fadden has it near side. J.J. Nail on the wing. Now it is Hopper, Keegan Hopper, that rather Mason Hopper up top, goes down the near block. Now Keegan top of the circle. Keegan drives down the near block. Little pull up now to the foul line, and J.J. Nail, that shot off balance, and the rebound controlled by Bonner.
Yeah, good look though at the foul line. Kind of working it inside out.
The other way, trying to get things going here. Neshannock was excellent. The second meeting between these two really had control of this game, of that game from the tap. And then all of a sudden, Bobby Fadden just exploded in the second half. Neshannock working at the basket away from us. It is Anderton and Bonner up top. Bonner has it now down the lane. Bonner tied up. He traveled. And that'll be the first turnover of the night for either side.
Yeah, got into the lane. It looked like his foot kind of slipped, and in the process picked up the pivot foot, and that would cause the travel.
Minute gone here in the first quarter. No score just yet. Fadden brings it up the floor from Mohawk. Yo-yo dribble for the sophomore, the talented, uber-talented sophomore. He's going to go right to the bucket. The whistle, and the basket counts, and a foul for Bobby Fadden, who gets the first bucket of the night. And he will go to the line to try to complete the three-point play with 6:51 remaining in the first quarter.
Yeah, that's a good sign for the Warriors, seeing him drive to the basket, getting inside and really taking control of the offense. They need that here tonight.
LJ Keith picked up the foul. Fadden misses the free throw. Anderton the rebound for Neshannock with 6:46 to go in the opening quarter. 2-0 Mohawk. Keith has it. Keith down the far block, bounces off the defender. It gets the roll. And L.J. Keith responds from Neshannock. It's tied at 2 with 6:34 to go in the first. Fadden comes down the other way, top of the circle, works his way near block, hands it off Jay Rona near wing. Rona guarded by Keith, now hands it off to Keegan Hopper. Hopper, crossover dribble, lost the handle to the wing. It's taken away by Bonner, falls down right in front of his bench. And a travel called on Bonner as he had possession of it. And that's going to be the second Neshannock turnover. John Corey asks for an explanation with 6:18 to go.
Yeah, basically what they're saying, he kind of moved side to side while he was on the ground with the ball, and that's what caused the travel.
Rona's going to inbound it right in front of the Neshannock bench. Goes into the backcourt to Mason Hopper with 6:15 to go in the first. Square 2, Mohawk with possession. And a lot of contact away from the ball as Fadden hits the deck. And that's going to be the second foul on L.J. Keith with 6:09 to go. So not even 2 minutes gone. And L.J. Keith picking up his second foul. That's going to cause Jake Rinn to come into the game.
Yeah.
And Keith will take a seat.
Kind of what happened to the Warriors against Burrell. They got it. Both Hoppers picked up fouls early in that ball game and really changed the strategy of going inside out.
Mason Hopper near wing, inside, near block. Fadden out of a double team, back out to Hopper in the corner. Mason kicks it over to Keegan on the far side. That one is picked off by Anderton. First Mohawk turnover of the night. Anderton down the floor. They skip it across. Now it's Quat. Quat drives. Floater is blocked by Mason Hopper, but Hopper picks up the foul. His first and the team first with 5:46 to go in the first quarter, tied at 2.
Yeah, Hopper got the ball with his hand, but he got him with the hip as he made the attempt at the block.
Quad is a 78% free throw shooter on the season, makes the first. Student section on the shorter side of the stands, the visitings, or the bench side rather, is full for Neshannock, and it's almost to the top of the bleachers on the other side for Mohawk as usual. Good to see a large crowd here for a third place game. Rona far side, gets it back in the far corner, drives down the baseline, kicks it out top of the circle. Three-pointer on the way by Keegan Hopper, no. Rebound tapped out by J.J. Nail. Here comes Fadden driving right down the lane, is strapped, and a beautiful job defensively by Rinn to cause the second Mohawk turnover.
Yeah, Rinn was right place at the right time, just stuck out his hand, got that ball, and now has it control in the far end.
Rinn with a crossover, gets it to the near side, and Bonner, they run a little motion offense. Quat up top, guarded by Hopper, now back to Bonner. Bonner brings it between the circles. Now it is over to the near side, now back up near half court to Bonner with 5:05 to go in the first quarter. 3-2, Neshannock in front. 5 minutes to go now. Bonner drives, kicks it to the corner, and driving and throwing a floater up is Anderton. That one's off the mark. Here comes Mohawk the other way. Fadden near side, behind the back dribble to avoid the defense. Pull up three on the way. Bobby has it rim out, and Bonner the rebound for the Lancers.
Again, both teams getting one shot at it. Defense making some big plays, running the rebound.
Bonner drives down the far block, altered by Nail. Rebound pulled in by Keegan Hopper. Here comes Nail the other way. Nail driving down the lane, tied up, kicks it out. He traveled. Third Mohawk turnover with 4:32 to go in the quarter.
Nail just lost control of himself into the lane, tried to make a stop and throw at the same time and just shuffle the feet.
Anderton off the inbound, hands it off to Bonner. 4:27 to go first quarter. Still a 1-point lead at 3-2 for Neshannock. As Rinn dribbles around, guarded by Keegan Hopper, I beg your pardon. Gets it off to Anderton. Anderton went to his right, goes back the other way. Baseline it goes. Rinn kicks it out. Anderton shook free from Rona, drives right in on the defense and lays it off the window from the left side for his first bucket of the night, and it's 5-2 Neshannock. Quickly the other way, Rona inside to Nail, kicks it out. Right wing three by Keegan Hopper is good, and with 3:52 to go in the first, we're tied up at 5.
Yeah, Hopper in perfect position. One of his favorite areas on that wing, was able to hit that three.
Bonner dribbling over on the far side, right in front of the cheerleaders from Mohawk. Near side it goes Anderton. Now Anderton goes to his right, hands it off Quad. Quad top of the circle. Off balance, runner with the right hand somehow falls for David Quad. 7-5 Neshannock with 3:25 to go in the first.
Quad averaging over 17 points a game.
Other way, Mason Hopper off balance, and he gets that one to fall. We go back and forth. Tied at 7 with 3:15 to go in the first. Bonner brings it up the floor for Neshannock, down to 3:10. Goes to his left. Bonner hands it off. Anderton, or rather that's Quat, top of the circle. Kicks it to the corner in Anderton. Anderton brings it around the arc. Little start-stop. Hands it off Wren, left side. Now Wren driving. Wren, step-back jumper on the way, is off the mark. Joey, or rather J.J. now up high for the rebound. Here comes Jay Rona the other way. Jay, pull-up three on the way. Got it, and Mohawk gets the lead at 10-7 with 2:42 to go in the first.
They need Rona. He scored 25 against Burrow. Then that's what he's capable of doing from the outside, pulling up and hitting that deep three.
12th three of the WPIAL tournament for Jay Rona. Bonner the other way, left side. Dribbles in, now pulls it back out. Bonner, a lot of dribbling with Keegan Hopper on him. To the corner it goes, and Wren will lay it up and in. And we're back to a 1-point lead at 10-9 Mohawk as Fadden comes back the other way, resets in the near corner, gets it to Jay. Jay drives right down the lane, and it's going to be a blocking foul called on Neshannock, and that'll send Jay to the line for 2 with 2:07 to go. Or they call a charge.
No, they call a block.
Okay.
It was on Allison.
So Jay steps to the line for the first time tonight. First one is good for Jay Rona. You mentioned the big night he had against Burrell. They scored 31 or scored 30 plus in that game.
Yeah.
And he had 25 of them.
Yes. He was basically the offense in the second half.
Yes, he was. Really trying to will his team back in there. 34 for Mohawk the other night. And
he hits them both.
Only 3 players scored for Mohawk in the loss to Burrell on Monday night, and Rona had 25 points. Anderton across half court with under 2 to go now, 1:56 to play. Jackson Mazzocco is into the game for Neshannock, as is Matt Spoko. Quat backs out. Trying to look inside, gets it to Anderton with 1:43 to go. Over the far side, it goes to Gino Mazzocco, who also checked in. He is guarded by Jay Rona, works right to left. Now Anderton on the right side. Now right corner it goes to Spoko. Spoko dribbles with the left hand in the lane. Turn around on Drew Rona, kicks it back door. Nice little reverse layup for Quate. He lays it in. David Quat with 5 in the first quarter. 12-11 Mohawk with 1:20 to go. Mason Hopper pinned up, goes back up top to Drew Rona. Drew Rona dribbles to his left, now comes back to the right. Spin move by Drew, off the square and in. 14-11 Mohawk with 1:06 to go in the first quarter. Anderton to his right, comes back to the left side, hands it off. Gino Mazzocco left of the circle. Between the circles, Mazzocco. Now comes over left side, Anderton on the near wing. Into the near corner it goes Spoko. Now it's back to Quat. Quat top of the circle over to Jackson Mazzocco. Now far wing, it's Anderton. 45 seconds to go on the far block to Jackson. Bounces off and physically just pushes Jay Rona out of the way. Good no call, and Mazzocco's on the board for the first time tonight. It's 14-13 Mohawk, and we have a foul on Jackson Mazzocco the other way.
Yeah, Mazzocco down on the other end, it was just as you mentioned it, used his wide body to get some room underneath and was able to up strong, get it in. Coming back down here, just couldn't quite get position, causing that blocking foul. But neither team is having problems putting the ball in the hoop here in the first quarter. That first quarter blues over for Mohawk.
Inbound, and the 3-ball fired from the far side by Jay Rona, who stays hot. Second 3 of the quarter. 17-13 Mohawk with 22 seconds to go. The other way, Spoko answers with a 3 of his own. 17-16 Warriors. 15 seconds to go in the quarter. Rona brings it up the far side. Crossover dribble now to Dante Retort. Retort down the far block. Lost the handle, hits the floor. Mazzocco goes to the floor. Another Mohawk turnover, the 4th. Neshannock trying to hurry for the last shot. Quat pulls up, no. Jay taps the rebound to himself, and that is how the first quarter ends. What a start to this consolation matchup as Mohawk takes a 17-16 lead to the second quarter. We'll step away for a timeout. You're watching the WPIAL third place consolation matchup on the Lawrence County Sports Network powered by LCAP.
Thank you for calling Axe. Where can we take you today?
To work, to the store, to Grandma's house. Axe can get you there, but it's much more than a ride. It's a joyride.
I'm helping people. I'm getting them out of their house. I'm taking them to their doctors, to the grocery store.
They say I'm entertaining. Okay, we laugh, we joke, we sing, we tell stories.
They're like family to us.
Even if it's the same day, to schedule your joyride, call Axe today.
For more than 120 years, people have been relying upon Martindale Hubbell's AV preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you're involved in a workers' compensation situation, you should do the same. LGKG has been AV rated for over 40 years.
Back at Mohawk High School, Eric Thomas, Tim Continenza with you. 17-16 after the first 8 minutes. Good back and forth battle. Big first quarter for Jay Rona. Picked up where he left off a couple nights ago with 8 in the first quarter. David Quat with 5 for Neshannock, your 2 leading scorers. It'll be Lancer's ball to start the second as they attack the basket on the other end of the floor. Corner it goes. Quat, three-pointer to start the second quarter, and he drains it. And he is having a huge first half with 8. Rona the other way, just underway here in the second. Hands it off Fadden near wing. Fadden guarded by Anderton. Fadden over the far side. Fadden, far wing it goes to Mason Hopper. Mason trying to cut through a double team is stripped. And we're going to get a foul called on Neshannock with 7:31 to go until halftime.
I think they may get this one on Mazzocco. Let's see. No, they're going to get this on Quad.
For Quat, that is his first. Mohawk to inbound under the basket. Inbound goes up top. Ooh, J.J. Nail tipped it, but luckily Mason Hopper behind him is able to control it. 7:25 to go in the first half. 2-point lead for Neshannock, 19-17. Hopper, far side it goes to Keegan Hopper. Now Jay Rona, pull-up three-pointer for Jay on the way. No, but right there to pick his teammate up as Keegan Hopper couldn't get the putback. And then he is tied up and fouled again with 7:11 to go until halftime.
And that is something that they were unable to do against Burrow, was get that offensive bound and get a second or third shots on a possession. There was Keegan Hopper underneath, making that big play, keeping the possession here for the Warriors.
Inbound pass goes to Mason Hopper. Now Fadden between the circles. Guarded by L.J. Keith, who's back in the game with 2 fouls. Fadden working, nice backdoor to Jay. Jay adjusts, kicks it out. Mason Hopper, three-pointer on the way, and he got it! Second field goal for Mason Hopper. He has 5. Mohawk gets a 1-point lead at 20-19 with 6:50 to go in the first half. Anderton the other way. Far side, it's Keith. Jay Rona lays off of him. Keith drives, kicks it out, top of the circle, Bonner. Bonner drives to his left, hands it off to Quat, running one-hander with the right, no good. Rebound, Mason Hopper, long pass down the floor. Bobby Fadden, pull-up 3 near wing, no. Rebound, Quat had it. Now Anderton comes in to pick up the loose ball. And Neshannock moves it ahead with 6:20 to go in the first half, down by 1 at 20-19. Anderton, right-handed dribble now, switches to the left, gets it to Keith, near side. Quat brings it back near the top of the circle. Now it's Anderton right of the circle. Between the legs, crossover dribble, back to Bonner in the far corner. Bonner drives the lane, cuts across it, hands it off to Quat in the corner, back to Bonner near wing. 5:55 to go first half. Near block, it's Keith. Keith turns, off balance, and he is fouled and will go to the line to shoot 2 with 5:51 to play in the first half, trying to tie this game up at 20. And that foul will be the first on Jay Rona tonight.
Yeah, he had good position on Rona, went up strong, was able to make the contact. The ball didn't fall in on the shot, but he's at the line shooting 2.
Keith gets the first. We are tied at 20. These two teams, again, are safe in the state tournament. Just a matter of if they're the 3rd or 4th place team out of the WPIAL. The winner-go-home game tonight is Elwood and Yock, and we'll have an out-of-town scoreboard update for you coming up at halftime. Brought to you by the Newcastle Transit Authority. Keith misses the second, so we're square at 20. 5:42 to go in the first half. Fadden, far side, it's Nail, cuts across the foul line, hands it off to Keegan Hopper. Hopper back to Nail, now Rona, top of the circle. Jay, Keith moves over to guard him. Jay Rona backs it out near half court. Rona restarts the offense, 5:27 to go in the first half, tied at 20. Jay over on the far wing, hands it off to Mason Hopper. Mason Hopper crossover, Mason tied up. LJ Keith forces the jump ball. We can't see the error. The possession is going to favor Mohawk with 5:18 to go in the first half. Jay Rona to inbound it. It's Rona, J.J. Nail, Mason and Keegan Hopper, and Bobby Fadden, the starting five. Off the inbound, it goes to Keegan. Now Fadden has it on the far block, backs it out, far wing. Crossover dribble, Fadden, pull-up three-pointer on the way. Short, rebound, Mason Hopper. Back up top to Jay Rona, near wing. Jay, head fake, bounce pass to the foul line, and Keegan Hopper. Keegan on the near elbow gets it out to Nail, top of the circle. Now Mason Hopper between the circles with 4:57 to go in the first half. Again, tied at 20 here in this consolation matchup from Mohawk High School. Fadden on the far wing. Nail, now Keegan Hopper pulls up on the near block, kicks it back out to his brother Mason. Three-pointer on the way, a second one of the night for Mason Hopper, who's got 8, and Mohawk a three-point lead at 23-20 with 4.5 minutes to go.
Yeah, that brotherly love there, finding one to the other.
Keith drives down the far block. Runner, no. Rona gets the one-handed rebound. Jay comes the other way. Mohawk had numbers for a minute. Now Keith catches up. Into the corner it goes. Mason Hopper one more time, and he drains another three. His third three of the quarter. And John Corey has seen enough to call a timeout. The biggest lead of the night for Mohawk at 26-20 with 4:16 to go. Timeout brought to you by Pontius Insurance. Online at pontiusinsurance.com for more information. You get a quote for auto, home, business, or life insurance at pontiusinsurance.com.
Yeah, you got to give it up to Mohawk there in those last two possessions. Working it inside and out, and then finding Mason Hopper both times for two quick threes that build this 6-point lead.
4:16 to go. (26-20). Elwood City and Yock. That is the 7th place game in this bracket, and the loser of that game is eliminated. Hard to believe that either Joseph Roth or Tariq Crosby will not be in the state tournament, given everything those guys have done all year. Anderton head fake, pull-up jumper on the way. No, rebound. Oh, look at Ashton Allison flying in there and then throwing one up at the basket and fouled as we're in with 3:59 to go in the first half.
J.J. Nail with that personal. Should be his first.
Inbound goes to Quad, and a nice job to beat Mason Hopper to the bucket.
Quad now with 10.
He is having a huge first half. Nail inside on the far block. JJ out near the foul line, gets it to Jay, top of the circle. Rona works his way around the wing. Little running one-hander is up and in for Jay Rona, who continues his hot play in the first half. 28-22 Mohawk with 3:35 to go in the half. Anderton spins. Spoko, top of the circle. Spoko inside. It goes to Allison. Lost the ball. Poke from behind. Fadden the other way. Looks behind him. Lays it up and in. Just Fadden's second field goal. It's an 8-point lead for Mohawk at 30-22 with 3:15 to go. Backdoor to Quat the other way. Far block, and he is fouled. And David Quat back to the free throw line to shoot two with 3:14 to go in the first half.
3 players in double digits between the two teams. David Quat with 10, Jay Rona with 10, and Mason Hopper with 11.
The bigger story in this game early on is the fact that outside of Keith, when he had the early foul trouble, nobody is in any kind of foul trouble tonight. And both these teams suffered through tight whistles in their semifinal game. I mean, Neshannock had 3 players foul out. You had foul trouble all up and down the first half from Mohawk as Quad makes the second, 30-24 Mohawk with 3:10 to go in the first half. Fadden brings it across the court, guarded by Gino Nizako. That's a pair of ones on each other. Rona fires a three near wing, and he drains another one. Third three of the half for Rona, who continues to absolutely stroke it from distance in this tournament. The other way, it's Spoko off balance from the baseline, no. Rebound, Allison. Allison, fighting out of a double team, is fouled on the floor with 2:44 to go in the first half.
Yeah, nice rebound there by Allison in traffic on that fadeaway shot, runner I should say, that we had earlier. And very important to keep that possession. He picks up the foul. They'll throw it in here from underneath the basket.
Keegan Hopper picks up his second. Dante Retort is back in for Mohawk. It's Retort, Mason Hopper, J.J. Nail, Rona, and Fadden. Quat, Mazzocco, Anderton, Spoko, and Allison for Neshannock. 2:40 to go in the first half. 33-24, Mohawk in front. Left of the circle, it's Spoko. Nowhere to go inside, over to Anderton on the far side. Anderton behind the back dribble. Spins, kicks it out. Gino Mazzocco, top of the circle, three-pointer on the way. Missed it to the left. Rebound by J.J. Nail. Off to Rona. What a pass down the floor, and Gino Mazzocco recovers to knock it out of bounds. What a play by Gino Mazzocco defensively.
Yeah, that's what you do. You hustle back, you put your hands up, you time it perfectly, knock that ball out of bounds, and stay with the Warriors, but you deflected that opportunity for a score.
Inbound pass goes to Fadden. Over to the far wing. Rona again, in and out. Spoko skies for the rebound with 2:11 to go in the first half. Anderton far side, crossover dribble, top of the circle. Spoko left of the circle, 2:05 to go. Quat now right of the circle. Goes to his right, goes right by Hopper, off balance, throws it up at the basket, is fouled. And Quat, who has generated his free throw attempts in the first half very well, goes back to the line for two more.
Yeah, David Quat doing a nice job there. Seeing an opening to the hole, went right to it, draw the foul, and get to the line, trying to score some easy buckets.
And I guess I spoke too soon because now you got two fouls on each Hopper. As Drew Rona comes back in, Mason Hopper takes a seat. Retort, Fadden, Rona, and Nail stay out there for Mohawk. No changes for Neshannock for the free throws. Quad looking to make his second, dips at the knees and fires and connects.
Yeah, 79% free throw shooter this year for Neshannock was David Quat.
1:55 to go first half. 7-point lead at 33-26 for Mohawk. Drew Rona to the near wing and Fadden. Fadden puts the ball in his right hand, goes to the baseline, kicks it out near corner. Jay Rona, three-pointer, doesn't get the roll. Retort overplayed the rebound. Here comes Quat the other way. Quat splits everybody, hands it off to Gino. Back to Quat, near wing three on the way. In and out. And Retort had his hands on the rebound again. They're going to say it's off Neshannock. And actually, we get a foul underneath, and that foul is going to be on Gino Mazzocco.
Yeah, he pushed the player, J.J. Nail, underneath the basket when he went for that rebound, and that's what they called there.
Jackson Mazzocco is back in for Neshannock with 1:33 to go in the first half. Jay Rona brings it across the floor. Jay between the legs, dribble over to the far side, hands it off to his brother Drew between the circles, 1:24 to go. Drew spins away from Bonner, cuts a pass to Jay in the lane, now back out to Fadden up top with 1:15 to play in the half. Fadden guarded by Gino Mazzocco. Mazzocco puts a hand on his hip, gets it to Drew Rona. Drew Rona now puts it in motion, hands it off. Jay Rona, 1:03 to go. Down to 60 seconds to play in the half. Jay hands it off to Fadden with 57 seconds to go. Bobby looks up at the clock, puts the ball in his hands. Crossover dribble, pulls it back, guarded by Gino Mazzocco. 50 seconds to go. Stop by Fadden. And he is just putting on a clinic ball, handling a little crossover. Gino doing a good job to stay right with him. Hands it back to Rona with 38 seconds to go in the half. Jay puts it in motion, into the corner. It goes to Retort, back out to Fadden. Good job of killing the clock by Mohawk. Better job defensively by Neshannock, as they're not allowing anything underneath, and they are staying right with Mohawk during this clock kill here at the end of the half. Bonner pushes Rona, Drew Rona off a little bit. Drew spins away from him, 16 seconds to go. Drew lost the ball for a moment, gets it to his brother Jay near half court, near side. 10 seconds to go in the half. Jay crossover, hands it off to Retort. Retort skips it over to Drew. 5 to go in the half. Backdoor to Fadden. Nobody played him, and he lays it up and in, and that is how the half will end.
Fadden made a nice move there on the baseline. He looked outside and then turned around and came right down the left baseline, got that backdoor pass and put it in off the glass for 2.
Great first half here from Mohawk High School. These two rivals duking it out. It's Mohawk with a 35-26 lead at the half. We'll take a timeout, come back with a halftime show, give you the scoring recap and an out-of-town scoreboard update after this. This is the WPIAL Class 3A Consolation on the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP.
Cold winds blowing, temperatures dropping, and snow is beginning to fall. And then your furnace goes out. LCAP's LIHEAP Crisis Program is here to help. If your furnace is blowing cold air, not turning on, or not reaching the desired temperature, help is right around the corner, whether it needs fixed or replaced. For information, call the Department of Healthy Homes at 724-656-0090. LCAP's Healthy Home programs are the key to safer living.
In workers' compensation, my clients are oftentimes not receiving their wage loss. They're not receiving their medical expenses. LGKG, they come to us so that we can put them in a position to pay their bills. If we're keeping our promises, our clients are getting the justice they deserve.
Tired of gasoline costs? Why drive? Let the Newcastle Transit Authority take you where you want to go. Serving the city of Newcastle and stops throughout Lawrence County, as well as weekday service to Pittsburgh. Public transportation just makes sense. Why drive when you can relax and ride? For more information or for route schedules, log on to newcastletransit.org. The Newcastle Transit Authority, going your way. And remember, senior citizens ride free.
When injuries get you sidelined, don't trust just anyone to get you back on the field. Visit Health in Motion Physical Therapy in Shenango Township. They want to get you back to the top of your game as quickly as possible with certified orthopedic and manual therapy. At Health in Motion, you receive quality one-on-one time with a board-certified physical therapist. Get the next generation of physical therapy to help in your recovery. Health in Motion is the first PT clinic in Western Pennsylvania to use the Newbie, the neurobioelectric stimulator, in their therapies. Their technologies can reduce your time on the sideline from 3 or 4 weeks to just 3 or 4 days. Don't wait for months to see improvement. Notice a difference after your first visit to Health in Motion, keeping you moving.
Works in Progress Painting wishes a successful and satisfying season to all the Lawrence County sports teams and athletes. Work hard and bring honor to your team, school, and family in how you play. Joe Wright and his family have been providing painting, window cleaning, and other property services for business and homeowners in the Lawrence County area for over 10 years. Their goal on every project is to provide a meaningful service that honors their customer, God, and their family, and to have fun while doing it. Works in Progress is now booking interior painting projects for both residential and commercial projects. Call Joe today at 724-714-4294 to discuss your next project.
When it comes to protecting those you love, the businesses you've built, or the things you've earned, you need someone you can trust. Who better to protect your interests than a local insurance agent? Pontius Insurance is a team of local agents helping local residents in Lawrence County and surrounding areas, specializing in auto, home, business, and life insurance. Come see Dan Pontius, Jessica Dix, and Tracy Giddings, and the rest of the team at Pontius Insurance, and receive the personalized service you deserve.
Don't get left out to dry. Call the Penn Ohio Bottled Water Company for the fastest and most efficient bottled water delivery service in the area. Penn Ohio offers bottled water ranging from 16.9-ounce bottles to 5-gallon jugs, perfect for your next event or office water cooler system. Also, don't forget to ask about their custom labeling options. Visit PenOhioBottledWater.com for more information and to get a quote on their delivery services. Whether it's at home, in the office, or on the sidelines, Penn Ohio has you covered.
When it comes to shopping for insurance, there are thousands of options out there. MVP Insurance proactively shops and compares your policies to find the best coverage and rate. Josh Mathur and David Verratti want to provide you with a level of personalized service that you know that you are the MVP of their agency. They simplify insurance so you can live stress-free. Visit one of the locations in Xenopal or in New Springfield, Ohio. Call MVP for the win, proud sponsor of the MVP of the game on the Lawrence County SportsNet.
Does your blueprint not match the vision of your building project? Not with Creative Edge Architecture. From concept to creation, Jeff Measle will help tackle the complex problems, creating design solutions and construction experience. Creative Edge gives you the edge design and construction meet.
Halftime here at Mohawk High School. It's time for the LGKG halftime show. Your insurance company is not always on your side, but the law offices of Luxembourg, Garbutt, Kelly, and George are. Visit them online at lgkg.com for a free consultation. Good first half here between Mohawk and Neshannock. It's a 35-26 lead for the home Warriors in this third-place game. And again, the winner of this game is going to be the 3 seed out of the WPIAL. They get either the 5, 8, or 9 champ. That's runner-up from District 9, Monito, or District 5 champ, Chestnut Ridge. That game is District 10 title game is also Friday night. That'll take place between number 1 Franklin and number 2 Girard. Mohawk has already played Franklin this season, lost to him by 3 back in December. First half scoring recap brought to you by Gem Builders, Master Builders and Craftsmen, family-owned and operated general contractors for 4 generations. Extensive construction experience, design capabilities, and creative process allow us to help any project and meet any challenge. Building our community for 70 years. Visit gembuilders.com for more information. 2 leading scorers in this game. David Quat, 14 points for Neshannock. He leads everybody, but Jay Rona and Mason Hopper red hot in the second quarter specifically with 4 threes between them. Rona's got 13 and Hopper 11, though he did have to sit at the end of the first half with the fouls. And this has been as we expected.
Yeah, up and down the court, doing really well defensively, offensively, challenging each shot. And we're seeing the players that you expect to light up the scoreboard do it in David Quad and Jay Rona and Mason Hopper. But I'm really impressed with his Bobby Fadden. A quiet 6 points, but a very important 6 points in the first half.
Yeah, it's pretty much the separation between the two sides. For Neshannock, you have 3 points for Matt Spoko, 3 for LJ Keith, 2 for Jackson Mazzocco, Jake Rinn, and Talon Anderton. Remember, Anderton had the big game against Mohawk here a couple of weeks ago to close out the regular season. On Mohawk side, after Rona and Hopper, you have 6 for Fadden, as Tim mentioned, 3 for Keegan Hopper, and 2 for Drew Rona. As Dante Retort played the first half, did not score. On the other end, everybody who had played except Gino Mazzacco and Bonner and Allison for Neshannock, they were all scoreless in the first half. What has to happen here for Neshannock? I mean, look, this gets to be a little bit of a tricky situation because you're already safe. You know you're going to play in the state tournament at least one game, but this is your rival.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's face it. These kids know each other, have known each other, for many years, and this matters. Obviously, we've seen that come in when Neshannock came down here the last time these two teams met and really had that explosive second half to really take control of that ball game. They probably talked about doing the little things right now, getting rebounds, blocking out, eliminating the second and third shots that the Mohawk has received here in the first half.
Mohawk.
I was just going to say, let me give you a quick shout out to Something for Your Wall Photography. Select images from tonight's game will be available on the website, on Twitter and Instagram, courtesy of Something for Your Wall photography. Check out all the great capture moments on Facebook. Search Something for Your Wall Photography. And remember, collages make great graduation gifts.
You could certainly make a lot of collages between these two sides.
Yes.
They have played some excellent basketball games this season. And we get 16 more minutes of it here at Mohawk. This will be the final time that this senior class gets to play in front of its hometown faithful at Mohawk tonight. We thought that might have been the case a couple weeks ago. Not sure what was going to happen in the WPIAL tournament, but they got one more game here. Maybe, had they won the WPIAL championship, they would have been awarded a home game in the first round of the state tournament. But
real quick, one of the keys for the second half, I think, is for Neshannock, is to get to the line. I mean, this team is shooting over 70% for the season, led by Anthony Bonner with over 80%, David Quad at 79%, and two more players over 70. So I think it's really going to be key for them if they can get to the line in the second half and score those extra points.
Quad has been fantastic at getting to the line in this game. Newcastle Transit out-of-town scoreboard. And it's brought to you by the Newcastle Transit Authority as we start the second half here. Neshannock has the ball. They attack the basket near us. Anderton goes right down the lane, and he missed that one. Keegan Hopper the rebound. Here comes Fadden. Fadden the other way on the far wing. Gets it to Keegan Hopper, and Hopper is going to induce the foul. That's L.J. Keith, and that'll be his third with 7:36 to go. Newcastle Transit out-of-town scoreboard. Halftime, Elwood City and Yock are tied at 17. That is win or go home for the 7th seed out of the WPIAL between those two sides.
See what Joseph Ross could do with Elwood City.
Either he or Tariq Crosby not going to play in the state tournament. There goes Jay Rona down the far side of the lane, off the window and in. The basket counts, and a foul for Rona, and it's 37-26 Mohawk with 7.5 to go in the third.
Yeah, Rona had just a little crease right down the middle of the lane, took it to the right side, picked up the foul, and got the bucket to fall to increase it to an 11-point, looking for a 12-point lead here at the line.
L.J. Keith, by the way, did pick up his third foul, so Jake Rind is back in. That's the second foul on Quat as Rona makes the free throw. He is just having a monster last 6 quarters for this Mohawk team. Was the best player on the floor the other night against Burrell. And he is doing it again here tonight in what's going to be his last game on this home floor as Anderton gets it to the far wing. It's Rind. Rind pull-up three on the way, hits the side iron, hits it again. Rebound tapped out of there by Fadden. It's Bonner who has it. Bonner off balance, no, and then Fadden collects that rebound that time. 12-point lead for Mohawk, 38-26 with 7 minutes to go. Loose ball on the floor. It is picked up by Neshannock. Here comes Anderton up ahead to Bonner. Bonner stops the near wing. Now he goes right at the basket and right at J.J. Nail and draws the foul. And that'll be on Nail and Bonner to shoot 2.
Bonner coming in, averaging just over 9 points a game and shooting 81.3% at the line. Looking for his first points of the game.
Bonner makes the first. First points of the night for Bonner. 83%, as Tim mentioned. 6:52 to go in the third. 38-27, trying to make it a 10-point game, and he does. And now we'll see if Neshannock can get a stop defensively as Fadden pitches it over near side. Mason, now it's Keegan, now the far side, or the near side, it's Jay. A little floater, no. Rebound tapped out of there. Here comes Bonner racing down the floor, finds Quat on the far side. Quat lost the ball, and Rona picks it up. Up ahead it goes. Fadden turns, and he lays it in. Good pass from Rona to Fadden. Easy bucket. 40-28 Mohawk, 6:23 to go.
Fadden just released early when that ball got loose. He was all by himself for that easy layup.
Rand on the near wing, drives, puts that forearm into Rona. Nice job to separate himself, and then gets it over to Allison, who banks one in. That's his first field goal tonight. 40-30 Mohawk with 6:06 to go in the third. Fadden brings it across now to the top of the circle, now working his way over on the right side. Hands it off Mason Hopper, Keegan Hopper, Jay Rona near wing. Jay back to J.J. Nail, top of the circle. It's Keegan Hopper. 5:48 to go in the third. Over to the near side, it's J.J. Nail. Now Mason Hopper near side. Now Rona far side. Zips a pass underneath to Nail. Off a little turnaround. J.J. Nail gets the roll for his first field goal of the night, and it's 42-30 Mohawk with 5.5 minutes to go in the third. Bonner, quad up top, hands it off. Anderton, deep three. Anderton hits the front of the rim. Rebound Nail. Here comes Rona the other way. Rona lobs it down to Fadden, the catch, and he lays it in.
It's an alley-oop with the layup style.
4 quick points for Fadden here in the third. And a timeout called by John Corey and Neshannock once again with 5:07 to go. And his team now in a 14-point hole at 44-30. Timeout brought to you by Pontius Insurance. Get the best rates and customer service by calling a local agent at Pontius Insurance.
You know, Jay Rona last year was averaging over 20 points a game. This year, averaging just over 11 points a game. But the reason was because of Bobby Fadden's really coming to emerge as the offensive threat that he is. But in the last 2 games, we've seen Jay Rona we've seen in the past. Anytime the ball's in his hands, he's a threat inside and outside. And he really has been leading this Warrior team as the senior leadership that you would expect this time of the year.
Mohawk picks up right where they left off in the first half. 14-point lead, biggest of the night. Rona has stayed hot. He's got 16 tonight. Fadden quickly now with 10. And the other way, it's been a couple of guys who didn't score in the first half that had the points for Neshannock here in the third. Lancers had the ball, attacking the basket in front of us with 5:07 to go in the third. Inbound pass goes to Wren. Now Bonner has it on the near wing. Bonner backs out. Rona comes out to guard him. Rona stays with the switch, and Quat now in the corner. It goes to Wren. Wren trying to feed Mazzocco. Jackson Mazzocco inside, using that big body to get to the bucket. Couldn't connect, and Jay Rona's got the rebound.
J.J. Nails with a nice tip out.
Pull up three the other way by Jay Rona. No, it's the front iron, and Bonner the rebound. 4:40 to go in the third. 44-30 Mohawk. Bonner hands it off. Corner three on the way by Anderton. Rather, that's Rind, and Rind knocks it down.
Rind now with 5.
Fadden the other way with 4:22 to go. Rona over to Hopper. Now Keegan Hopper on the near wing. It's left of the circle. Now right of the circle, Mason Hopper. Now left of the circle, it's Jay Rona. Jay dribbles once over to Keegan, right of the circle. Keegan spins away from Bonner, lost the handle. It's out of bounds, and we'll go back to Neshannock with 4:05 to go in the third. Into the game is Spoko again.
Dante Retort entering the game here for Keegan Hopper.
Those two playing without the foul trouble here in the third so far. That's a good sign. It's Matt Sopko, I beg your pardon, is the player in the game for Neshannock. Over to the far side, it goes to Quat to Mazzocco. Quat has it top of the circle, hands it off to Rin. Rin, between the legs dribble as Mason Hopper guards him with 3:39 to go in the third. Rin in the lane, lost it out to Bonner, top of the circle. Bonner drives right down the lane. Little reverse layup is good. The basket counts and a foul for Anthony Bonner, his first field goal of the night. 4 points here in the third. Draws his team closer at 44-35 with 3:33 to go. And that foul is on Dante Retort. Drew Rona is back in the game for Mohawk with 3:33 to go. And Bonner will have one at the line. He's 2 for 2 there in the third quarter. Gets his third one to fall. Big third quarter developing here for Bonner with 5. 44-36 Mohawk in front with 3:33 to go in the third.
Every possession is going to get magnified in the last 11 and a half minutes of this game.
Well, 90-foot pressure applied by Neshannock up the floor. Fadden on the far side, guarded by Rin. Now Jackson Mazzocco steps out to pick him up. Fadden with 3:15 to go. Fadden crossover, pull up three from the far wing, hits the side iron, goes towards the corner, and Rin runs down the rebound. Up ahead, Bonner. Bonner into the far corner it goes. Rin drives down the baseline, past Drew Rona, and Drew's going to pick up the foul. And that will send Rin to the free throw line to shoot two with 3:03 to go. You said they had to get to the free throw line, and they have done that here in the third.
Yeah, and it's really what they need to do. They need to get inside, really kind of draw that Warriors defense on them and pick up those fouls, get to the line, because they can score. This team is shooting over 70% from the line. Make them earn it.
Rin makes the first.
That's the way to get back into the game with the clock stop, extends the game. There's a lot of positives to that.
Rin the second. It's down to a 6-point Mohawk lead with 3 minutes to go in the third. Fadden brings it across the floor, guarded by Rin. Fadden to his left. Fadden down the lane, contact, and he gets it off the window to go. This is what he did in the second meeting between these two teams, was live at the basket as we get another Pontius Insurance timeout called with 2:51 to go. That timeout called by Mike O'Lear and Mohawk. Call Agent Dan Pontius, Jessica Dix, or Tracy Giddens to get started today, or visit them online at pontiusinsurance.com.
Yeah, with both teams the Warriors with 3 team fouls and Neshannock with only 2. So neither team in real foul trouble here in the third quarter. And of course, bonus free throws don't begin until each team, or actually a team, gets to 5 each quarter.
Don't forget, on Saturday morning at 11 a.m., the Union girls will try to defend their single A championship. They will take on St. Joe's Academy in the WPIAL championship game.
And what an amazing defensive effort they have shown in this tournament. Talking about the Union girls basketball team. If you haven't seen them play yet, definitely worth your watch.
Quad, he thought about the three from the near wing. Drives in on Hopper, a little reverse. No, Mazzocco, Jackson the rebound. Contact, and Jackson, the big fella, is going to go to the line to shoot more free throws.
And that's going to be on Mason Hopper. That'll be his third.
You said it emphatically that this Neshannock team needed to get to the line, and they have done their job here in this third quarter. Jackson can't hit the front end. Get an out-of-town scoreboard update for you here in a moment as
another key
Mason Hopper sits.
I was going to say another key they've been doing on the defensive end is limiting the Warriors to just one shot. They haven't had that many offensive rebounds.
Jackson's second one rattles out, stays at 46-38 with 2:20 to go in the third. Fadden across the timeline. Fadden between the legs dribble. Right hand now goes over to the left. Now Drew left of the circle. Now right of the circle. Drew Rona hands it off. Jay Rona top of the circle. Jay. They cut off the back door again. Loose ball, and it was partially kicked with 2:04 to go. Out-of-town scoreboard update with 20 seconds to go in the third. Elwood City has possession, and they have just gone up. Now there's a loose ball in that game. They're up by 3, 26-23. With 7 seconds to go in the third quarter. Winner go home game between Yock and Elwood City. Fadden now left side with 1:54 to go. His team up 46-38. Fadden yo-yo dribble between the legs with the right hand, now comes towards half court, now goes back to the left. Kicks it into the corner to Keegan Hopper. Keegan Hopper between the legs dribble, spins away from Rin. And over to the far side it goes to Drew Rona. Drew back up near half court with 1:32 to go in the third. Drew over to the near side finds Jay. Jay, a floater to the lane, gets it to go.
Jay Rona now with 18 here tonight.
Bonner the other way with a 1:16 to play in the quarter. Quat guarded by Drew Rona, hands it off to Rin, top of the circle. Rin between the legs dribble, goes in the lane. Rin to Quat. Quat top of the circle to Sopko. Sopko He surveys the options over to Jackson Mazzocco. 60 seconds to go in the third. Wren, now Bonner. Bonner top of the circle. Bonner works his way over near wing, hands it off Quat. Now it's Wren near wing. Pull up, three-pointer by Wren is good. His second three of the third, and all of a sudden it's 48-41 Mohawk with 40 seconds to go. Jay Rona the other way is stripped. And the big guy, Jackson Mazzocco, up ahead to Sopko. Little Euro step reverse layup is good for Matt Sopko. 48-43 Mohawk. Here come the Lancers with 24 seconds to go. It is down to a 5-point lead. This was 14 2 minutes ago.
They've been just doing a great job limiting the Warriors to one-shot or turnovers, and they've been just nicking at it each opportunity they've had it.
Drew finds Fadden as time expires. Fadden, they get a shot off of the buzzer, in and out on the three attempt as time expires in the third. Neshannock does its job in the third quarter. 48-43 Mohawk. Will come back with the fourth quarter after this. This is the WPIAL 3A consolation matchup on the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP.
You're always on the winning team with the Power of Bowser, the official car dealer of the WPIAL. Visit powerofbowser.com 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to find your perfect vehicle. Get the absolute best price and the best car buying experience around. See the full lineup at powerofbowser.com. Powerofbowser.com, where the power of Bowser is yours.
At Penn West University, we're making college make sense again for people who maybe thought college wasn't the answer. We're making college practical with programs tied to in-demand jobs that prepare you for success right away. We're making college accessible by breaking down barriers and offering more choices. We're making college approachable with faculty who understand where you're coming from and help you get where you're going. At Penn West, we're making college valuable again for people just like you. Learn more at pennwest.edu.
Start of the fourth quarter here at Mohawk High School. 48-43 Mohawk in front of Neshannock in this 3A consolation matchup. Winner is your third place team out of the WPIAL, and the loser is the fourth place team. And you said it at the half that Neshannock had to get to the free throw line. That was a big reason why this team was able to cut it from 14-5 the final 2.5 minutes of the third.
The Warriors right now got to get some offensive rebounds if they miss some shots. They got to extend their opportunities when they have possessions.
Keegan Hopper right of the circle, lobs it over far to the near wing to Nail. Now Rona, Jay Rona, right of the circle. It's Drew and Jay Rona. Drew Rona open for three on the near wing, no good. And you got Keith, who is back out there with 3 fouls, pulling in the rebound for the Lancers. Set the lineups here for you in a moment. Bonner drives, no. Keith the rebound, kicks it back out to Bonner near corner. Bonner resetting against Nail, kicks it near corner. Keith, LJ steps in on Fadden, now pulls it back out. Jackson Mazzocco to Keith. Straightaway three for LJ Keith is good. His second three of the night. Quickly the other way, Drew Rona reverse layup, and Drew gets it to go. Man, did Mohawk need that bucket. Up to a 4-point lead again. It was down to 1, or rather down to 2, and they get it back to 4. 50-46. In the lane, and 1 for Jake Wren. And a chance to cut this thing down to 1 with 6:49 to go. It's 50-48 Mohawk.
And where are they back at? They're back at the charity stripe.
Second foul on Jay Rona. Lineups are Jay Rona, Mason Hopper, J.J. Nail, Drew Rona, and Fadden for the Warriors. For the Lancers, it's Bonner, Jackson Mazzocco, LJ Keith, David Quat, and the man at the line, Jake Wren. Wren's free throw attempt, too strong, and Nail goes in there for the rebound. 2-point lead for Mohawk, 50-48. Mason Hopper hands it off. Drew Rona had the big bucket a minute ago, 6:39 to play. Mason Hopper on the far wing, now between the circles. Hopper between the legs dribble, yo-yo dribble with the left to right. Goes over to the right side. Mason drives all the way to the bucket. He is fouled. and will go to the line to shoot a pair with 6:28 to play in this contest. Foul is going to be on Jackson Mazzocco, his second. Mason Hopper to the free throw line where he is yet to attempt any tonight.
Mesa shooting 60% at the line here this year.
First one is away and no good. (50-48) with 6:28 to go. You expect nothing less when these two are on the floor, these two teams. Second one by Hopper is in.
Hopper now with 12.
6:24 to play in this third place matchup. Bonner checked by Hopper. They switch. Quad goes right between Drew Rona and Hopper, and it looks like Drew Rona is going to pick up the foul. And it will be on Drew. That is his second. Foul situation, 3 for LJ Keith for Neshannock, 2 for David Quat, 2 apiece for Drew Rona, Jay Rona, Mason, and Keegan Hopper. Non-shooting foul, so Neshannock will inbound. Finds Mazzocco, now Rind in the corner for the lead, or rather the tie, in and out. Jackson Mazzocco out-muscles Drew for the rebound, and he puts it in, and it's 51-50 Mohawk.
That was all desire there by Mazzocco. He wanted that ball, he got that ball and put it right back in.
Jay Rona across half court for the Warriors. Crossover goes back to the left. Near wing hands it off to Drew Rona. Drew working over to the far side. Now it's Mason Hopper right side. Cuts across the foul line. Backdoor to Jay. Wrap around to J.J. Nail. Gets tied up. Out to Drew Rona. 3 from the far wing. Got it!
Wow.
Drew Rona with a big 3. He's got 2 massive buckets in this fourth quarter. 54-50. Mohawk in front with 5.5 minutes to go.
Some more brotherly love here for Mohawk.
Bonner off balance, draws the foul, and Anthony Bonner will go back to the line to shoot a pair with 5:25 to go. And that foul is going to be on Drew Rona. What an eventful last minute for Drew Rona. 2 big buckets, 2 fouls. And Anthony Bonner at the line to shoot 2 more. He is 3 for 3 tonight, all of them in the second half. First one for Bonner is good. 83% of the season, 100% so far in this game. 54-51. Second one, Bonner dips at the knees and fires, and it's good. 54-52 Mohawk, 5:23 to go. Jay Rona on the near wing, lost the ball, and it's going to go back the other way to Neshannock with 5:17 to go. They can tie or take the lead. Remember, this was a 14-point lead for Mohawk at one point in the third quarter. The other way, we come to the basket in front of us. Bonner dribbles out of traffic, gets it off to Quat. He has been quiet this quarter. Keith, right down the lane, stripped by Fadden. It's out of bounds, and it's going to go to Mohawk with 5 minutes straight up to go.
Good call there by the official. Seeing it right in front of him. Going off the Neshannock player, going out of bounds after that strip by Fadden.
Nail comes up to receive the inbound, gets it right back to Jay Rona. 4:55 to go. Drew Rona on the near wing. Nail between the circles. Far side, poked out of there by Rind, and it's out of bounds. Otherwise, Jake had a free pass at the basket.
Yeah, it's exactly what Neshannock needs. They can continue to rev up that defense, really challenging Mohawk on each and every pass.
Drew Rona off the inbound from Jay Rona. Back to Jay Rona with 4:44 to play. Up ahead, it's Hopper now between the circles, J.J. Nail. Far wing, Jay Rona. Inside to Fadden, and we get a foul on the floor. And that foul might be on L.J. Keith, and if that is his fourth. And it is, in fact, on L.J. Keith. With 4:38 to go, and John Corey not in a rush, and now he goes. Sopko will come back in for Neshannock in place of Keith. Sopko, Jackson Mazzocco, Bonner, Jake Rind, and David Quat for the Lancers. Inbound pass goes to Fadden. Fadden turns, faces the bucket, goes against Rin, off balance from the baseline. No, Jackson Mazzocco the rebound. Again, Neshannock and Tyre take the lead. 54-52, 4:23 to go. Bonner gets it to Quat. Quat scoreless here in the second half. Quat trying to change that. David Quat hands it off to Bonner again. 4:12 to go. Bonner to Rin. Rin on the far side. A lot of contact inside. Rin drives, missed the layup, and JJ nailed the rebound with 4 minutes to go. Fadden the other way, 54-52 Mohawk, 3:53 to go. Fadden, far wing. Fadden goes right by Sopko. Baseline hangs, no, got the rebound. Is fouled from behind by Jackson Mazzocco.
Yeah, Fadden made a nice move there on the baseline, getting into the rim, goes up strong for the shot, doesn't make it, but he gets his own rebound. Key there, giving him the second possession of this and an opportunity here to keep the ball here for the Warriors.
Timeout is called on the floor. It is a Pontius Insurance timeout. Make sure you take the timeout to save money on your insurance. Call agent Dan Pontius, Jessica Dix, or Tracy Giddens to get started today.
I got to remind everybody that we have the Maley Chiropractic play of the game coming up after the game, and also the MVP of the game, brought to you by MVP Insurance.
Somebody's going to be the third place team out of the District 7 out of the WPIAL. Update in the other winner go home consolation game between Yock and Elwood City. That game is at Yock right now. Get an update for you here. We have some spotty internet here in the gym. 3:21 to go in the fourth, and Elwood City is in front 36-32. It's hard to imagine, and numbers aren't everything, but either Tariq Crosby or Joe Roth, two of the leading scorers in the WPIL, one of them will not be in the state tournament.
Yeah, shocking, isn't it?
And you want those players in the tournament, honestly, because you never know what's going to happen. They might explode one night for 50.
And we've seen Roth do that.
We certainly have. As Fadden, guarded by Mazzocco, trying to get rid of it, and then he's stripped and fouled. Again, this might be on Jackson Mazzocco.
I think it's on Sopko. Yeah, I believe we got Sopko for that. That's his first.
They do get Sopko with it. 3:33 to go. 54-52 Mohawk. Inbound to Fadden. Fadden, foul line, moves to his left. Fadden cuts through. Off balance runner is good. He beat Jackson Mazzocco through the double team. Off balance to fall, and it's a 4-point lead for Mohawk. 54-52.
Fadden with 7 field goals here tonight. 14 points.
Quat kicks it out. Corner, Sopko. Now Quat comes up to the wing to get it. Guarded by Drew Rona. Hands it off to Sopko. Three-pointer short. Rin flies in there for the rebound, and he lays it in. What a hustle play by Jake Rin. He's had a huge second half. 56-54, Mohawk in front with 2:53 to play. Jay Rona walks it across half court. Over in front of his student section with 2:43 to go. Jay to his left, bounce pass to Fadden. Fadden works to his right, guarded by Bonner. Between the legs dribble, now he goes back towards the left, switches direction again towards the far side. Fadden dribbling, a lot of dribbling. Bobby, start, stop between the legs, gives it up to Jay. It's tipped from behind and stays with Mohawk with 2:26 to go in the fourth.
You know, basketball is a game of runs, and we've seen Neshannock basically have the runs in the second half. The question is, can the Warriors put together one more run here, try to continue to lead in this ball game?
Fadden is going to be fouled.
Davey
on
Quat.
the drive by Quat. That's Quat's third. (36-34) Elwood City with 2:06 to go in the fourth. Fadden steps to the free throw line, first time tonight. Bends at the knees and fires, connects.
Bobby Fadden shooting over 80% this year from the free throw line. averaging 22.5 points a game.
15 for Fadden in this game, averaging over 25 a game in the tournament. Hits them both. 58-54 Mohawk with 2:15 to go. Bonner across half court. Bonner. Fadden guarding him. Quat comes up. Quat from the wing, kicks it out. Wren. Jake Wren drives to the bucket, off the window and in for Wren, who continues his hot second half, and a timeout, a 30-second one called by Neshannock with 2:03 to go. It's another Pontius Insurance timeout. Visit PontiusInsurance.com to request a quote for auto, home, business, or life insurance. NewcastleTransitAuthority.org. Out-of-town scoreboard update, 1:26 to play from Yock. 37-34 Elwood City, and the Wolverines have the ball up by 3.
Every possession goes bigger and bigger as we reach the final moments here of tonight's game. 2 minutes, 3 seconds remaining. It's going to be important. The question is, what defense can make the play, get that extra rebound, maybe get that quick outlet to get those easy points, possibly put a 4 to 6, maybe even an 8-point run here to take control of this game. Warriors lead by 2. It's not going to be easy for either team down the stretch.
Elwood City trying to play kill the clock in that game. 46 seconds left. They went to a 4-corner offense. Trying to hang on to that one. Here we got 2:03 to go. 58-56 Mohawk. It is Warriors ball. 2 minutes in the consolation matchup, the third place matchup to go in front of a packed house here at Mohawk. What a way to close this gym for the season as these two rivals duke it out for third and fourth place. Fadden, ball in his hand, yo-yo dribble between the legs, goes to the right. Now he comes back, hands it off. Drew Rona comes between the circles. Now Jay Rona, and that was tipped. Referees are going to discuss this. Neshannock is emphatically saying it's their ball.
I know. I want to say Neshannock got the first tip. Now, did it ricochet off of someone? I did not see.
Mohawk ball with 1:37 to go.
We're sitting in the corner here, and the crowd and the players stood up. We couldn't see if that hit another player going out of bounds or not.
Right towards the scoreboard. Referees get the benefit of the doubt. 1:35 to go. Now 90 seconds to go. 58-56 Mohawk and Neshannock. Fadden with it in his hands, guarded by Gino Mazzacco. Fadden gets it to Rona. Rona with 1:20 to go. Spins to Fadden again. Bobby plays keep away, right side. Gino tried to foul him. He got rid of it. Jay Rona has it. Now Jay is fouled from behind by Bonner with 1:12 to go. That is the 6th team foul. Really, it's a moot point now for Neshannock as they were over the limit. And Jay Rona to shoot 2.
Rona shooting over 79% from the line this season. Has 18 here tonight.
Jay, first one, no good.
Well, the announcer jinx still works well.
Update from Yock, out-of-town scoreboard update, 23 seconds to go. Joseph Roth just made a free throw. It is 38-34 Elwood City in the winner go home 7th place game.
Huge free throw coming up here.
Rona with one more to make it a 3-point game, and he does. 59-56 Mohawk, 1:10 to go. Bonner, they can tie it on this possession. Don't have to go for the 3 right away. But Quat will shake loose, take one to tie it. He does! David Quat, his first field goal of the second half with 53 seconds left. And now we got a stoppage on the floor here. There might be an issue with the clock. I think the clock continued to run. Well, it would run anyway, but I think it might have stopped for a second after the bucket.
I think they thought there was going to be a timeout called, and it wasn't.
Yes.
So I'd say at least 1 second will probably come off this clock, or at least in that range.
They do add a second
They
back.
add a second back. Okay. Interesting.
So 54 seconds remain. We are tied at 59. David Quat, his first field goal of the second half. What else would you expect between these two? 59 apiece, 45 seconds to go. Fadden. Gotta think they'll keep it in either Jay Rona or Bobby Fadden's hands. It's in the sophomore Fadden's hands now. 35 seconds to go. Fadden, guarded by Gino Mazzacco, goes to his left. Now he starts, stops up near half court. He's fouled by Gino.
That's what Gino's in there for, that tough defense and to commit the foul. The offense defense right now there by Neshannock.
3 seconds to go from Yock. It's 38-37 Elwood City. Yock just got a big three. As time winding down, Fadden makes the first. Keegan Hopper is back into the game for Mohawk. Starting five on the floor for the Warriors. Sopko still out there for Neshannock as Fadden calmly makes the second. And now we got a timeout with 30.1 to go. 61-59, another Pontius Insurance timeout. Get the best rates and customer service by calling a local agent at Pontius Insurance or visit them online at pontiusinsurance.com.
If we do get bonus free throws, which we possibly could here with just over 30 seconds left, will be brought to you by Castle Asphalt, providing commercial and residential asphalt paving, commercial site work, and commercial line striping. Visit them at castleasphalt.com. For more information, request a free quote today.
Joseph Roth at the free throw line for Elwood City. Made the first of two. The second one is also good. So Elwood City, a 3-point lead, 2 seconds left. Crosby gets the shot off at the buzzer, and it hits the backboard. And Elwood City is going to the state tournament as they defeat Yock tonight, 40-37. So Yock eliminated. Elwood City survives the 7th place game, and they will play in the PIAA state tournament.
You know, this situation here is, I won't be surprised if we do go to overtime, but I'll tell you what, kind of has a feel for maybe a game-winning type shot at the last second. If it is a deuce or a tray, don't be surprised if we go down to that last opportunity here.
I will take 12 overtimes if it's these two teams. I don't care.
Exactly.
I do not care.
No, it's too much fun.
You can keep me here till 4 in the morning for all I care. 30 seconds to go, 61-59 Mohawk.
See if they try to get in and draw a foul, possibly convert, and get to the line to try to take the lead if possible.
Bonner across half court, guarded by Fadden. Neshannock down by 2. Sopko moving around. Quat hit that big three, and it's off of Mason Hopper as Quat could not hang on to it. Good call. Mason Hopper stuck that hand in there and knocked it away. 17.6 to go. Again, Neshannock is down 61-59. Rinn inbound to Bonner. 15 seconds to go. Bonner working. Quat moving around in the paint. Timeout called. 9.6 to go. It's another Pontius Insurance timeout. Visit pontiusinsurance.com to request a quote for auto, home, business, or life insurance.
It's a make or break time here for Neshannock. You're going to draw up the play. Obviously, you got to think you want the ball in the hand of really two players who have just been hot today, and David Quat and Jake Rinn. Quat has 17 here tonight. Rinn has 16.
And 14 of those for Rinn in the second half. He's been the big gun in the second half for Neshannock.
The one stepping in the line getting all the points in the second half was Anthony Bonner, who had a big night at the line. So, again, there's another person to pay attention to because he's shooting over 80% at the free throw line.
Just going to say, if it comes down to fouls, if you're Neshannock, you want it in Bonner's hands. Perfect 5 for 5 in the second half. What a game. You wouldn't know it that it's for third place between these two. 61-59 Mohawk, 9.6 seconds left. Neshannock ball, they inbound it in front of us. And it goes to Bonner, down to 8, down to 7, down to 6. Bonner in motion, the ball's loose. Bonner picks it up. Quat's gonna fire it at the buzzer, off the back iron and no good. And Mohawk hangs on for a 61-59 thriller, and they will be your third seed out of the WPIAL. And Neshannock will be the fourth place team out of the WPIAL. And that means that Mohawk will play either Monteau or Chestnut Ridge. Neshannock will await the winner of the runner-up, rather, of the District 10 championship game, as they will take on either Franklin or Girard. Let's take a timeout. We'll collect our thoughts when we come back. The post-game show comes your way next. What a great game tonight from Mohawk High School. For third place, the winner, Mohawk, tonight, 61-59. This is the WPIAL tournament on the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP.
For more than 120 years, people have relied on Martindale-Hubbell's preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you've been involved in an automobile accident, you should do the same. At LGKG, we have been preeminently rated for over 40 years.
When it comes to shopping for insurance, there are thousands of options out there. MVP Insurance proactively shops and compares your policies to find the best coverage and rate. Josh Madure and David Verratti want to provide you with a level of personalized service that you know that you are the MVP of their agency. They simplify insurance so you can live stress-free. Visit one of the locations in Xenopal or in New Springfield, Ohio. Call MVP for the win, proud sponsor of the MVP of the game on the Lawrence County SportsNet.
GEM building contractors and developers have a proven record of performance on any size project. They bring value, local craftsmanship, expert management to meet any challenge. From design construction, from inspection to budget estimation, GEM Builder has been building our community for 70 years.
Castle Asphalt and Construction is driven to provide quality, cost-efficient pavement-related services to Western Pennsylvania. Every paving or construction service at Castle Asphalt begins with a thorough site inspection of the area to allow their team of professionals to become familiar with the unique conditions of your home or business. Once the site inspection is complete, Castle Asphalt and Construction is driven to provide quality, cost-efficient pavement-related services to Western Pennsylvania. Every paving or construction service at Castle Asphalt begins with a thorough site inspection of the area to allow their team of professionals to become familiar with the unique conditions of your home or business. Once the site inspection is complete, Castle Asphalt provides you with a detailed plan of the design, cost, materials, and time of completion, so you know exactly what to expect during your construction. Visit castleasphalt.com to request a quote for your next project and make your dream design come to fruition.
Right now, someone very special needs your help. This is Jack Lynn, CEO of City Rescue Mission. No one is beyond God's love and care. One person's life can affect another.
Did you know that 300,000 people in southwestern Pennsylvania are food insecure, including nearly 80,000 children? Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank is here to meet this need. Through school breakfast and lunch, backpack, and summer food programs, the food bank's mission is to end hunger in our region. To learn more information, get help, or donate, call 412-460-FOOD or visit pittsburghfoodbank.org. Let's come together to make sure no child goes to bed hungry.
Nominations are now being accepted for the LCAP Team of the Month and the LGKG Male and Female Athlete of the Month. Log on to lcsportsnet.com/awards to nominate your favorite team or athlete today.
I think the key to any attorney-client relationship is trust. My father told me a long time ago, the definition of personal integrity is really simple. Do what you say you're going to do. At LGKG, we've been doing that for over 80 years.
When you're looking for quality concrete services, contact the experienced professionals at Doran Concrete. Our company is family, locally owned and operated, and has been serving the community for over 30 years. Get residential or commercial concrete services for any size job. Our skilled professionals offer prompt and reliable services at an affordable price. We believe in the principles of honesty, integrity, and reliability. Get in touch with us for exceptional concrete services at prices that you can afford.
Looking for a unique way to expand your business? Advertise on the Lawrence County SportsNet and be seen by thousands of viewers in the area and around the country on over 100 broadcasts each year. Visit lcsportsnet.com and click Advertise with LCSN. For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $30 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapy is necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between. Let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game.
Post-game show here from Mohawk High School. A thriller tonight for third place out of the WPIAL AAA bracket. It is Mohawk with the 61-59 decision, and for now at least, they win the season series 2-1. Who knows what will happen come the state tournament if they'll get a 4th matchup between these two teams. I'm all for it if they do. Please.
Yeah, let's hope it happens. Just because of the entertainment value, let alone the competition that we see between these two schools each and every time they have been on the court this season. And you just got to tip your cap to both of them and just what they did here tonight and what they've done all season long. They represent each school so well. They represent their community so well, and they handle themselves, win or loss, so impressively. And you can feel it in Neshannock. We've seen some of their players walk away, heading to the locker room, and they were quite upset that they lost this game here tonight. It was not just a consolation game. This meant something.
You could just tell by the crowd here tonight, packed house like it was a regular season game. Tremendous effort by both teams, tremendous effort by the student sections. Both schools really well represented here tonight by their fans, 2 of the best fan bases that we encounter in Lawrence County, and that was a lot of fun tonight. And honestly, thanks to both teams for those couple of games this season, because they were a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Post-game scoring recap brought to you by Creative Edge, where design and construction come together with experience. From concept to creation, they combine their extensive construction experience with creative design to make your project a reality. Fully licensed and insured architecture and construction management services. Call 724-652-1372 for more information. For Neshannock, they were led tonight by Jake Rinn, who was fantastic. 14 of his 16 points in the second half tonight. Actually, David Quat was the leading scorer with 17, but Rinn had the 14 points in the second half to really propel the rally by the Lancers. 7 for Anthony Bonner, all of his points also coming in the second half. 6 points for LJ Keith, 5 for Matt Sopko, 4 for Jackson Mazzocco. He was a big force too inside. And Ashton Allison and Talon Anderton, if you can believe this, Anderton, who had the big game against Mohawk the second time they met a couple weeks ago, 23 points in that game tonight, held to 2 points. And he had them in the first quarter, I beg your pardon, held scoreless the final 3 quarters of this game here tonight, finishes with 2 points. For Mohawk, led tonight by Jay Ronan, 19 points, continued his torrid play in the WPIAL tournament. 18 for Bobby Fadden, huge second half for Fadden with 12. 12 points for Mason Hopper, 7 for Drew Rona off the bench, 3 for Keegan Hopper, and 2 for J.J. Nail. Dante Retort played tonight but did not score. And Michael Laird didn't go very deep into his bench. Didn't see Justin Boston, didn't see Joey Nail, who we've seen a handful of times in the playoffs the first couple of games. I'm just floored by watching these two schools play. I mean, this is one of the best rivalries in the WPIAL.
This truly is a backdoor rivalry, meaning these two schools know each other really well. The players know each other well. And it has been an amazing 3-game series between these two. And like you said, hopefully there'll be a fourth down the line.
Mike O'Lear is over here, and we will get him on here for a couple of post-game comments. We thank him for coming on over.
Yeah, you get a player too.
Yeah, we'll try to get a player as well. Actually, I mean, if we could, I mean, Drew Rona would be perfect to talk to tonight if he wants to come over. Man, what do you say about that? That did not feel at all, and we talked before the game, it did not feel at all like a third-place game tonight.
We'll turn him
Let's
up there.
see. All right. Can you hear us now? Good. Okay, that did not feel like a third-place game at all tonight. We talked about that a little bit before the game tonight, but the atmosphere, the emotion on the floor, you knew they were going to rally at some point. You guys were tough. What a great game tonight.
Yeah, it beats practice, you know. I mean, that was the only other option right now is to be in our gym, and, well, at this point, we'd already be home. But it's a good game. Like, it's a great rivalry. John does a great job with those guys. The kids just compete against one another, and, you know, it's really just a shot away from, again, going either way there.
We talked so much about Bobby Fadden. We talked so much about Jay Rona. Let's talk tonight about Drew Rona, because he had 2 big buckets for you in the fourth quarter, including the 3. And also, we at times have talked about the Hoppers playing defense, but Mason tonight was huge in the first half. He had the majority of his points in the first half. Talk a little bit about those two guys.
Yeah, Mason needed this. He was feeling pretty bad about Monday night. You know, he didn't necessarily play that well. And he needed a bounce-back game before a state game, and he got that tonight, you know, and he proved himself back. Not that he has to prove himself to us, but I think more proving it back to himself. And Drew, like, we needed some offense. We haven't been scoring as much as we need to the last couple games, and we know Drew's one of our top scorers. We just maybe haven't played him as much as I needed to, but at this time of year, we got to play him. Thanks, Drew.
I was going to say, going into the throughout the game, I thought defensively you were able to limit Neshannock at times to one shot. I know in the second half they got to the line a lot, but more importantly, your defense kind of hold up, and even though you had the big lead, you were able to weather that storm and get some big rebounds towards the end of the game.
Yeah, a lot of it was, good luck to you. A lot of it was, you know, like we talked about before the game, these games like this, you haven't been in them, it's just a little bit of being mentally tough. And JJ does a great job of cleaning up the glass for us, and I think he did another great job tonight. You know, when we need him to go get the rebounds, he's coming down with them.
You would accept any game against any team at this point in the season. If you're still playing it, it's obviously a good thing. How different does it help you or make you feel beating those guys when you have a 10-day layoff? I know you would want a championship. You said it the other night, your 3 goals, section, WPIAL state. One of them, the big one, is still alive.
Yeah.
But how does the mindset of this team change a little bit now with this layoff coming off of a win against these guys in that type of game?
Well, that was our post game. We said, you know, we got 10 days to wait, but Neshannock had Deer Lakes on the ropes with 8 seconds to go. Deer Lakes is the favorite probably on the western side of the state. And I do think that there's about 7 or 8 teams, at least that we know of in the WPIAL, that have a chance to make a big run. So we've got to be one of those guys, you know, and that's what we talked about. Like, if we can play like that with these guys, it's just sometimes one, again, David misses a shot. It could have gone either way. I mean, that last possession was, he came up with a clean 3, and that could have went in, you know. So maybe we're talking we didn't play as well had he made that. So the game's, you know, kind of weird.
Yeah, basketball is a game of runs, and, you know, obviously making shots. Sometimes they fall, sometimes they don't, as you know as a coach. But when you really look at how your team played, I really, when I look at it, I thought most importantly is that they were able just to play within themselves. I mean, I looked at what Bobby Fadden did. I mean, he did kind of a workman's job tonight. He had 7 field goals, didn't go anything from outside the arc, just kind of worked inside, tried to drive some fouls, didn't, you know, backdoor things, did everything that was really required within the offense and what the Warriors needed to play tonight.
Yeah, and I don't know what our scoring was, but I felt like, you know, we were getting contributions from a lot of guys tonight. And I don't know if I can say that the last 3, 4, 5 games. You know, Bobby, last time we played Neshannock, has 42 and we lose. Jay has 25 of our 34 the other night. So it was good for all of our guys. It was important that, you know, our other guys contributed offensively tonight. And that's huge for us because you're not going to win a game in the States with guys scoring, you know, one guy scoring 40-plus points.
I want to ask you, I mean, you're going to go on the road now to watch that game on Friday night between Monteau and Chestnut Ridge, I'm assuming?
Yeah, I think that's at Clarion.
It is at Penn West Clarion. Walk us through the next 10 days. What are you guys going to look to do? Will you try to scrimmage again? What's the preparation going to be like now for the state tournament, especially with 10 days off? You did Butler between the end of the regular season and the WPIAL tournament, less of a layoff, but now it's, working on 2 weeks.
Will go sometimes 2 scrimmages. We do an inter squad. I feel like we have 10 guys that, we could bring referees in and we scrimmage ourselves, a little bit more controlled, and then we'll look for one somewhere. You start to run out of teams when you sit the state playoffs, so you're traveling a good distance. But we're going to look for the best team to get us ready that we can play.
And you're going to go on the road to scout Friday night, I'm assuming?
Yeah, I told him. I said, we have 10 days to wait. You got to put the work in. If you don't turn over that stone, I don't think you're doing your job. And if you just wait for a film, I think seeing anybody in person, you've got to do it. You owe the kids that,
Enjoy it. Enjoy your time off. Enjoy your scrimmage. Bobby was floating around here somewhere. If we can't get him, that's okay. But let him enjoy the moment, and that's fine.
Yeah, Jay would be great.
Fine. Yep. That's Mike O'Leary, the head coach of Mohawk, as he'll hand that headset over to Jay Rona. Another big night for Jay Rona as he throws in tonight 19 points. And
there you go. Oh. Fumbling around. Here you go.
Getting him situated there. And Jay Rona joins us here now on the postgame show. Look, I know the other night wasn't what you guys wanted, but you personally are on some kind of tear right now. Just talk about your game and where it's at as you get into the state tournament now.
Yeah, last time we talked about the last Neshannock game, and Coach Lair kind of sat me down after the next day, and he was just like, look, we need you to go back to kind of scoring a little bit. And it was just taking shots. I just wasn't shooting the ball, wasn't looking to shoot or drive. And so I kind of got back to that a little bit. Took a couple bad ones tonight, but he'll live with that, knowing that he's got me kind of back to where I should be.
How about little brother tonight? Man, those shots in the second half, oh my goodness.
Yeah, Drew's good. He's a player. He kills us in practice all the time. So I wasn't surprised to see him do it. I'm happy for him to be able to get out there and play with us like that and play well.
Coming into tonight, obviously, coming off the Burrell game, you had a great game. It was a difficult game for your team. You're playing a team you know very well in Neshannock. What was just the mindset of you and your teammates coming into tonight's game?
Yeah, the first thing we did after the Burrell game, I mean, we hurt. That sucked. First thing I did is I felt more bad for all the people that came out and supported us. I texted my brother on the way home. I was like, I'm sorry, dude. It hurt. It bothered all of us. And it's hard, and it's not what we wanted to have to play here tonight. But you don't have a choice. And then when Neshannock comes to town, it makes it easier in an unfortunate way because it's a rival, and they're going to be ready to play, so we got to be ready to play, and you just have to move on from it.
Man's wearing a shirt that says "Ride On." You guys are going to keep riding on.
Yeah, that's the only choice. So we're going to do that, and we'll see how far we can take this state run.
What I asked Coach the same question. Is it a little bit different? If you would have played obviously for a WPIAL title, you'd have either the emotion one way or another of that game, whether you win or lose it, and you know that you were in a title game, which your class is just itching to get to. Yeah. I understand that, but does it help you a little bit more to play this kind of game tonight in front of that team, in front of this crowd in this building? Does it get you a little refreshed a little bit?
Yeah. I mean, if we would have had to travel to Deer Lakes, that would have sucked. To have to go down there and play in their gym in front of their crowd. Instead, you get to play a Lawrence County game against kids you've played against your entire life. You know them. And it doesn't take long for it to go from a consolation game to another rivalry like you're playing Neshannock. So it definitely helps, yeah.
Well, congratulations first, on just the season itself and tonight. What is some of the thought process of getting into this time off? You got 10 days probably before your next game. Obviously, we just talked to Coach, and he talked about basic schedule and that. What is, for a player yourself, you got school, you got practice, you got everything else, but you also have 10 days. How are you going to be able to handle that?
Yeah, we're coming in tomorrow for a short workout. Drew, my God. We're coming in tomorrow for a short workout.
We're going to talk about him in a minute. He's going to have a little bit of bragging rights tonight.
I'm sure. And,
He gets his first shirt here.
We'll take a couple days off on the weekend and then let our bodies heal because they could use it playing 2 games in 3 days of that caliber. So.
All right. Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
We'll see you down the line. We hope to
Good
see
luck.
you in the state tournament. Jay Rona, who's been spectacular in this tournament. But let's give out some awards now. And we'll start first with the Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game. And while we're talking about the Rona family, Maley Chiropractic is proud to present the Play of the Game award to Drew Rona of Mohawk. Maley Chiropractic and the Lawrence County SportsNet are proud to honor Drew for tonight's Play of the Game. Drew's going to receive, and he just did, a customized T-shirt courtesy of the Red Zone in recognition of tonight's Play of the Game. Video of tonight's Play of the Game may also be featured on the Trib Live High School Sports Network's standout platform on X and Instagram. To view tonight's Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game and the full list of this season's top plays, go online to lcsportsnet.com and click on Play of the Game. Congratulations to Drew Rona for his first Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game award. Let Maley Chiropractic keep you in the game. Basically, we decided this. His 2 buckets in the fourth quarter were massive, and the three-pointer, Mohawk wins by 2. It didn't win the game, but at that moment when they needed that bucket, that young man stepped up and hit it.
Well, that's exactly it. What happened, you look at the end of the third quarter, or I should say, at halftime, you had a 35-26 lead, but at the end of the third quarter, it was 48-43. And at the time, Neshannock made it a little run and caught it down close. And then you had those 2 big shots there by Drew Rona, the 2 and the 3, that really, when they needed buckets, he was there to give it to them. Maybe an outlet that they didn't expect from, but he was left open. He was able to, take the look and put it in.
Get a little glimpse of the future out there with Fadden and Drew Rona on the floor together a lot tonight. They relied on Drew Rona a lot, and he certainly stepped up to give them some big buckets, including that three-pointer. So he's our Play of the Game award by Maley Chiropractic, our MVP Insurance MVP of the game. MVP Insurance is proud to present the MVP of the Game award to Mason Hopper of Mohawk. MVP Insurance and the Lawrence County SportsNet are proud to honor Mason as tonight's MVP of the game. He's going to receive a customized T-shirt courtesy of the Red Zone. In recognition of being named tonight's MVP of the game, to view a full list of this year's game MVPs, go online to lcsportsnet.com and click on MVP of the game. Congratulations to Mason Hopper for being named tonight's MVP of the game. MVP Insurance, call MVP for the win. Didn't lead the team in scoring, had a huge first half, 11 points, big reason why they blew out to the lead. And his 3-ball tonight was down as he hit 3 of them in the second quarter. And look, his defense has been good. They're an undersized team, no true post presence. He and his brother are a lot of times doing the dirty work inside with J.J. Nail. And that was a good effort by him tonight. Not just a complimentary piece, but he stepped up and really was taking charge of the offense tonight with Jay Rona when they needed him in the first half.
Yeah, he needed that back bounce game, and that's what Coach O'Leary was talking about. And they definitely got it, And Mason's such a presence for them, both inside and out. And today he was able to use the arc to his advantage, got to his sweet spot, and hit 3 of them here in the first half, and had 12 points here tonight. Really was a workmanlike job underneath, trying to get inside, get position, and really help the defensive side of the ball, which, again, is such a huge part of this time of the season, is what you can limit another team from doing.
So that's going to do it for our coverage here tonight. We hope you enjoyed that one as much as we did. Neshannock and Mohawk. Mohawk wins it tonight in the third-place game of the 3A Boys WPIAL tournament, 61-59. They're both on to the state tournament. Neshannock is your 4th seed. They get the runner-up in District 10, and Mohawk will await the winner of the 5-8-9 sub-region championship game. That is between Monteau and Chestnut Ridge coming up on Friday night. We will have state playoff coverage for you. Just tune in to the lcsportsnet.com to find out the schedule and where we will be a week from Friday and Saturday for the state tournament. Don't forget that Saturday morning from the Peterson Event Center, it is the girls single A championship game as Union goes back to the Pete to try to defend their crown and stay on track to get back to Giant Center for another crack at the state championship. For everybody working here tonight, for my partner Tim Continenza, we'll talk to you Saturday morning we'll talk to you, but after that we'll talk to you for the state tournament in a week. You've been listening to the boys AAA consolation matchup here on the Lawrence County Sports Network. Have a great night. Take care, and bye-bye.